Yeah, all right. Hey, everybody, David Wilson, Business Savage. Welcome to No Nonsense Market Domination pre-show here on Facebook, here on YouTube, here on Twitter, Periscope, here on Twitch for all my Twitchers. That's right, that's right. So we are getting ready for the big show, the final show, the last ever show on IBGR.Network of No Nonsense Market Domination. So it's been my pleasure to be with you for these past 4 seasons. We are going to, hang on, I'm going to try to get Insta in here as well. Let's see what we can do. Since it's it's a big deal and all. All right, so let's see what we can do Insta. Checking connection. And we have done it again. David Wilson, No Nonsense Market Domination. We are live on Facebook, on Instagram now. Hey, Insta. All right. We are looking at YouTube and Periscope, Twitter, and we are on Twitch as well. So awesome. Thank you to everybody who's joining us for the pre-show. So I'm going to do my best to make eye contact with everybody, during the show, and we are excited because today is our last show, and it's been an absolute pleasure being with you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure walking with you on this journey. I thank you all for being with me as well. So thank you. We've got a couple of big announcements coming towards the tail end of this last episode, and it's going to be a big announcement for I don't know. We may make it in the beginning of the show. We may make it. We do stuff towards the end of the show, so you'll watch the whole thing, right? So it'll be like, oh yeah, and it's like Maury, and then at the very end they'll leave you in suspense, and you'll be hanging there, and then all of a sudden it's like, but that's all you gave me, and it's like it's just an update saying, hey, we haven't heard from them, right? Which is ridiculous, but that's not what I'm going to do. So that's not what I'm going to do. But at some point during the show, so it could be in the beginning, it could be in the end, it could be in the middle, but it'll be at some point during the show. We're going to have a big, gigantic announcement. And I mean, I don't know how funny the announcement is, but we will have a big announcement during the show. All right. So as you know, if you've been here before during the pre-show, we do pre-show stuff. You are behind the scenes. I'm not even dressed yet, right? I'm not even dressed. So I mean, I'm dressed, but normally I haven't suited up yet. So I'll be suiting up in just a minute. I have some peanut gallery folks out there who, when I made a statement once, I said, "Oh, I've never done a show without a jacket on." He's like, "Oh, you haven't done it here when and so that's cool." But I won't be doing this show without a jacket on, and this part does not count. So, all right. So everything seems to be loud and clear. Let me make my final check. Check. Okay, we're good on our mic here. All right, so some of you know, some of you don't. We are broadcasting live on television right here on wherever you're watching. So if you're watching this is live. We are live prior to our live radio show on IBGR.Network. IBGR is a radio station. It's called Profit Radio. We are entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. We are here no matter what stage of business you're in, from pre-startup to growth to hockey stick growth. To nice and steady. We are winning to, you know what? I want to buy a soccer team in Canada and retire. No matter what stage of business you're in, we can help you with that. So come grow with us here at IBGR. It's a whole host, a whole team of entrepreneurs in with different expertises. I think that's a word, expertises. From sales to marketing to networking to connecting to um, accounting to finance to operations to IT to app work to, did I say marketing, to marketing and everything in between. So whatever you need for your business, you can come here and get it. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some checks here, and we want to make sure everything is good to go and everything is ready to go because it's a really big, huge, gigantic production here. I want to introduce. Why would you hit the laugh track button? I mean, they know there's no crowd here, but I mean that wasn't funny. Okay, this is a big production. Anyway, that's fine. So we're about 9 minutes to live. 9 minutes to live, and I guess I'd be remiss. Big word, remiss, if I don't introduce my in studio engineer, Steve Namin Eufemi. So Steve's job, Steve, I don't even know what Steve's job is. I know Steve is supposed to, he presses buttons, he grabs coffee and stuff like that and makes sure stuff goes wrong, but stuff still goes wrong with him here. So I really don't know what the point of having Steve, but you know, we keep him around, right? Okay, so I'm going to make some final checks. We're going to be listening. I want to check the show. So you might hear. So right there in the background is the show. So that's IBGR is a live 24/7 operation. So there's always something on. There's always someone live because we're all over the world, right? So so right now, gentleman by the name of Bill Eastman is on, and his show is wrapping up. And my show will go on after some commercials and what have you. So it's important that we are on point and ready to go, and because it doesn't stop. All right, leave. You can hear, comma. You can leave comments. So if you like what you hear, please put it in the comments. If you don't like what you hear, don't say anything. Don't put it in the comments because I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to delete it. I'm just going to delete it. There's no point. So don't waste the keystroke on that. All right. In today's show, this is called. Oh, and in your post where you're watching, you should have a copy of these jammies. So these are the show notes, right? So the show notes, you can follow along during the show, or you can just like pay attention to what I'm saying. I mean, you don't have to follow along, but the show notes are really good for reference after the fact. After the fact, you can come in, you can be like, oh wow, what did he talk about during, like that, and then you can go back and download your podcast. Oh, and by the way, I should say that in the show notes, you can go there and you can download or subscribe to your favorite podcast, No Nonsense Market Domination, wherever you get your podcast. So you can search for No Nonsense Market Domination, David Wilson, the Business Savage, wherever you get your podcast, your favorite podcast platform. You can go to podcast.co and you can subscribe and download past ones there. All of season 4 is going to be available, but not forever. It's going to be available for a limited time. It's kind of like the McRib. Like it's not available all the time. It's just a limited time. Not that I would know because I don't eat stuff like that. But I know at one point, I mean, people were like fiending for the McRib. Like there were boycotts, for the McRib. And I think that, well, We won't do that on No Nonsense Market Domination. Anyhow, let's move forward. We are about 5 minutes alive. So we're going to check our avatar here. So when you see this, and you see how it's vibrating on the outside, and it's vibrating, that means I'm talking. So you should still be able to hear me. You just can't see me. You can't see me, right? You know, the whole jump. Okay. Whatever. And then I'll mute you out and whatnot. When we do our opening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the camera, and then I'm going to I guess I'm going to cut the camera. Probably should cut the camera. Insta is going to have a huge benefit. So if you happen to want to jump on the Insta, because where I'm live right now on Insta, you're going to see the intro, and you're going to actually see what we do, and the massive production we put together behind the scenes. So you'll be able to see that.
Four things, and in fact, I'm going to use the ones that I have here, and that's the terms that I've given it. Is that number one is business is a network.
Okay, so right now,
not a networking meeting, not a networking Zoom call. Your business is a network. It's an ecosystem, which is the next one, ecosystem of other companies. And what's going to happen here?
No, I'm good. I was just looking for the mute button. I couldn't find it. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So we're about ready, guys. Okay. Levels are good. We are about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes to live. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just about ready to go. And that's going to be that. Let's have a good show. Thank you for joining me. Oh, Savvee Segments is the name of the show. It's just a whole bunch of stuff thrown together, and we're going to be talking about networking. We're going to be talking about different things related to network, and then we have our big announcement coming up at some point. The segments will probably be out of order, just because I looked at them and I was like, maybe we'll do them in this order, and who knows. So we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be fun. Last show. Let's go. So David Wilson, Business Savage. We'll see you in just a little bit when we go live. When we go live. Okay. All right, stand by.
.network site, you see it's there. Twice a day it's refreshed, and it's all designed for startups.
Insta, you are in for a treat. You're going to be able to watch me put my jacket on. Hang on.
This is our platform where we can blur the boundaries between our organizations. That's IBGR.community. Go to the website IBGR.Network. You see community there. Download our growth app. And so what we built is an app for your mobile device. What we say around here, this has got great alliteration. Solutions on demand. And palm of your hand. Basically, you get the app, and it's anything that we do. You can access it. And finally, use the search bar here and search out what you need. It's better than anything you're going to get off the internet. All right, so all the staff here at IBGR and at Storm Radio. This is William Eastman. This is AGR 2008.
All right.
You're listening to IBGR, our call sign. Internet, this is Growth Radio Network. The broadcast frequency is our URL, and it's IBGR.Network. We provide live and recorded shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on what an entrepreneur or small business consultant needs to grow their operation from zero to big. How big? Up to you. IBGR focuses on the 180 million English-speaking small business owners around the world in 4 major markets: North America, Australia, Oceania, the Indian subcontinent, and United Kingdom, Europe, and Africa. All of these 6-hour cycles are delivered in 6 major themes: strategy, operations, sales, people, ownership, and consulting. The first 4 tracks, strategy, operations, sales, and people, are the day-to-day.
Minute and a half to live. Minute and a half to live.
The fifth track, ownership, takes the conversation to the next level. How can an owner working in the business make the transition to an executive of a multi-million-dollar firm by working on it? Our last track, consulting, is for our brothers and sisters with the same vision as IBGR, helping small business owners grow. I bet you didn't know that 57% of everybody on the planet is employed by a small business owner. Let's team up and help business owners to create generational wealth for themselves.
No, Steve. Okay.
Our team has over 7 decades of help.
Yep, 1 minute to live.
We have turned those years of radio shows and downloadable tools that any entrepreneur, whether you're an independent contractor, consultant, or a business owner, can apply. All you have to do is download, listen, apply, and engage. Download the show notes and address questions in your business. Listen to the show live or as a podcast. Apply the information and tools. Engage us with your experience.
Insta, you are in for a treat. So here we go. 30 seconds to live. This is something that just does not happen. You guys are lucky. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a sad day. Today is the last day of Suits, of the Jewels. Today is the last day of the Watch. No more. Sadly, no more. So for one last time, we all stand up all over the world. Stand up together, stand up in solidarity. And for one last time, we change the world. Are you ready? Then say my name. Savvee. Let's go.
I love you, baby. Ooh, I love you, baby. Ooh, I love you, baby. Ooh, and if you go out on me.
You did it, Steve. All right. We are live. Do it again. 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 Yeah. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. All right. This is a music station. Oh. David Wilson, the Business Savage. Welcome to No Nonsense Market Domination here on IBGR.Network. It is 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for whatever reason, right? We still do that. So Eastern Daylight Time here on IBGR.Network. This is the final episode of Season 4, Network Like a Savage. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. Now, today is a little bit different. It's just a little. I mean, not a whole lot of different, but a little bit different because we are broadcasting live, as you know, on IBGR.Network, where you might be listening right now. It's a 24/7 radio station by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. So no matter what stage of business you are in, whether you are in pre-startup, startup, big growth, hockey stick growth, you're going nice and smooth, everything's going well, or you want to buy a yak farm. There's a such thing. There's a yak farm in Mongolia to retire because you love yaks. You can do that, and this is the place to be. Come grow with us, Profit Radio. Okay, we're also live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Periscope, Twitter, the great firm Periscope, Twitter. We are live on Twitch. Yep, there's some Twitchers out there. I know it. Put the comments, put your emotes in the comments. And ladies and gentlemen, for the final episode of season 4, we are live on Instagram. Come on, nobody else is doing that. Nobody else is doing that, guys. Get off me. All right. Let me make a couple of introductions real quick, and then we'll get into the show. Download your show notes. I hope you have them. Make sure your printer has ink, colored ink, because there's color in the show notes. I want to say, if you are a returning listener, watcher, we could not have been here. We could not have gotten this far without you. All right. So thank you so much. Now, we would have still had a show. It just would have been nobody listening or watching. But we wouldn't have gotten that far with people watching, because that's what you guys do. And then we have, if you happen to be, I don't know how this is even possible, but this is your first time ever hearing of the Business Average, hearing of IBGR.Network, hearing of No Nonsense Market Domination. Well, hey, welcome. That's right. Welcome. Because there's plenty of room on the Savvee train for everybody. Right, Steve? Oh, and Steve. All right. So who's Steve, you might say? I'll have to say that Steve has been with me, my in-studio engineer. Steve, not me, you feel me? Steve. So Steve, yeah, he hates when I do full government name. So thank you to Steve. Steve has, we've been through some tough times. And if I had like a violin, I'd be playing it right now in the background. We've been through some tough times, but we've gotten through it. All right, we're actually going to do a show. So there's a show here called No Nonsense Market Domination, I promise. And we're going to go into it. Today's episode is called Savvy Segments. Savvy Segments Ambrosia edition, right? Who's had Ambrosia? Come on, Ambrosia is great. You put a whole bunch of stuff in, and you it's just awesome, and it tastes great, and it's got that sweetness and the creaminess from the marshmallow cream, and it's just yum. Yeah. Everybody loves Ambrosia, right? Donna loves Ambrosia. Everybody loves Ambrosia. Okay. So what that means is, it's a show with a whole bunch of stuff in it about our topic, season 4, Network Like a Savage, right? And we're going to be, some of it's going to be answering some questions from you guys. We're going to be talking about networking, talking about business, and then there's a big announcement. As you know, this is our last episode, so it's going to be a big announcement on where you can find David Wilson, the Business Savage, and Steve, not me, you feel me? After this season is over. All right. So these are random questions. This first question actually has nothing to do with networking. So, but it does have to do with it has to do with me, and it came from you guys. So we try to get as many of these questions out as possible. And this is going to be well, which one should we do? No, we'll do that one. Yeah, we'll do them in order. I thought we were going to change it up, but we're gonna do them in order. Okay, so this question comes in from Tim A. And Timmy asks, he asked a question about, so I'm not just, I know that being an international radio show host is tough. It's tough work. Okay. When I'm not doing that, I run a company called Fund You Up. And at Fund You Up, we help small and mid-sized businesses get funding when traditional bank financing is not available. So Timmy writes in, what types of funding does Fund You Up provide and where? So that's a pretty good question, Timmy. Thanks for writing in. What we do at Fund You Up, and we didn't talk much about Fund You Up during the season. So I'm glad we can save this for the last episode, and Timmy can chime in with this question. So we fund businesses that are operating. So with the exception of on our real estate side. So we have a real estate investment side where we fund real estate investments. So commercial purchases, commercial refinances of big buildings, and residential real estate fix and flippers. So we'll fund those as well. So we'll get them funded. On our business funding side, we are funding businesses that are operating. So a lot of times it comes up, oh, you guys fund startups. Well, what's a startup? So we talk about in the opening, from pre-startup to startup. If you don't have any revenue, that's not our deal. We're not going to fund that deal unless there's real estate somewhere in the deal. So if we can attach to some sort of collateral, we can do that. But if your company has revenue, the general rule of thumb is we can get you some money. So we can get you some money depending on how much revenue you have, right? So we work a lot with business bankers, CPAs and accountants, and commercial and residential real estate lenders and agents to help them get the deals done that they can't get done conventionally, Timmy. And that's what we do. So generally speaking, if it cannot be funded traditionally, so traditionally going into a bank and getting a loan, going to the SBA, going to the just regular means, I like to say, then there's a good chance that we can help. So thanks for that question, Timmy. We're going to go to a break in just a little bit. I will say that the name of this is funny, right? So here comes the tainment part of the edutainment, right? So, and I get this so often, and it's like phonetically, if you just, all right, I'll just throw this out at you. The name of my company is Fund You Up, FUNDUUP, Fund You Up. So I get Fund Up, Fundup, Fundup, funds up, fund, and it's like just say it, just sound it out. Fund You Up. So Fund You Up. So we're gonna look out for the video. there's gonna be a video that is kind of teasing on that and the pronunciation of the names and stuff like that. So thank you very much. We are going to we're going this side today. we are going to break. Wow, how about that? Wow, that's something. Savvy. All right. Good set there. Good set. Thank you for being with me. That music was terrible. Don't ever play that again. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, so whatever questions you have, put them in the chat. We are disconnected, right? Yeah. Okay, so right now we are on break. What you can hear in the background is my commercial. This is my commercial, right? So, and that's it. So, but just like any radio station, there's stuff going on at all times, right? So that's what it is. All right, and we are ready for segment 2. So I need to keep my eyes on my clock. So I have a clock that I'm looking at that keeps me on time. So we're going to be, we're going to be back to live in about a minute and a half. So again, any questions you have, download the app. Let me see what Don said. And I'm also in communication.
Why your business is different? Why does it exist? Why do your customers care? If you're not sure,
Okay.
we can help. At Crispin Co, we work closely with you to get to know your business. Together,
Even I need a break sometimes. You know, I can't talk the whole time. If I talk the whole time, you know, I'll get sick of myself, right? Just kidding. You're probably not. I'm gonna take a minute.
full service, creative.
I had who was it? Miss Wise at Neptune High School. Rest in peace. She used to say, "Oh, you've been," and she was real hard on us kids, right? And she would always say, "Don't." You probably can't hear me, but she would always say, you know, don't chew gum or anything when you're speaking. And you know, that's always stuck with me. But I just need a little something for my throat right now, just to make sure I don't dry up. All right, here we go.
I love you, baby. Ooh, I love you, baby. Ooh,
See, that's dedicated to you guys. Thank you so much. And if you go, I'm going with you. All right. Yes. David Wilson, Business Savage. Welcome back to No Nonsense Market Domination here on IBGR.Network, Profit Radio. Welcome to everybody who is watching, listening on IBGR.Network, watching on, who you got? Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, and so Periscope, Twitter, that's one, right? Periscope, Twitter, and Twitch. Twitch is like a new thing. Twitch is pretty cool. It was originally for like gamers and DJs. So we're trying that out. We tried that out in season 4, and well, season 4 is over, so I guess we're done trying it out. Okay, and then and of course Insta. So Insta, welcome back. We are happy to be back, and we're sorry we left you. I feel like I should break out in a Boyz II Men song. We're sorry we left you. Or Jodeci or something like that. You know, whatever. Okay. Last episode, season 4. Last episode of season 4. Network like a savage. And we're in a Savvee segments Ambrosia edition, where we just talk about a whole bunch of stuff that's coming. It's like a whole bunch of stuff came in during the season, and we put the stuff that we couldn't use in a box, and then we said, okay, we'll just save it all for the last episode and just kind of figure out what we're going to do, save some room for an announcement or two, and we'll be good to go. By the way, if you don't have the app, now you'll get a kick out of this, because you're listening to the Business Savage right now, or wherever you're listening. You could, in fact, and some of you may be doing this right now, you may have David Wilson, Business Savage, in the palm of your hand right now. If you have downloaded the app, so go to your Apple store, go to your Android store on your favorite phone. There's only 2. So there's like 2 options. You say, oh, your favorite phone. You got 2 options pretty much. And download, just search for IBGR, download the app, and you can listen to me, Business Savage, and other members of our on-air talent community, and get all your questions answered, no matter what stage of business you're in. Come grow with us. Okay, Steve, segment 2, yes, right here. Thank you. All right. Sometimes I get mixed up. Okay, that's going to translate real well on air. This is why Ms. Wise didn't want you chewing gum. And all right, Here's the question. This comes in. I'm so sorry. This is so. I'm gonna get fired, right? This is so unprofessional. I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me a second. It's live, folks. What can I tell you? Hold on. All right. That's prime water right there. Get it? Prime water. You had to see that. I have an Amazon water container. This question comes in from Missy. Missy writes, my company can do business with anyone, anywhere, but I'm having a hard time finding clients. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're doing wrong, Missy. How am I supposed to answer? Is this the whole question, Steve? That's it? Okay. All right. So I guess so. Let's put 2 and 2 together, and 3 and wait. We're gonna have a conference because we have to figure out. We're gonna have to figure out what Missy is talking about. Okay. Excuse me for a second. Okay. That'll work. That'll work. That was real, by the way. I think where Missy is going is this. And a lot of business owners face this. My company can do business with anyone everywhere, but I'm having a hard time finding clients. My guess is it's because you are spread too thinly, and you know we see this a lot, especially with businesses just starting out, right? Let's say you are an insurance provider. So you sell insurance, okay? And you can, in theory, sell insurance anywhere, right? So, I mean, with a license, it probably could have been a better example of insurance, but we'll stick with that. Let's assume you can sell in all 50 states. Okay, so let's assume that. Should you sell in all 50 states is the question. So Missy is probably not unlike a lot of starting business owners who figure, okay, I have this thing. Well, who's your best client? My best client is anybody. Is anybody with a business, or there was going back to my BNI days. Well, these are still my BNI days. But when I first started in way back in 1997 in Jersey, is relevant. Shout out to Jersey. It's relevant. It's relevant. Matter of fact, shout out to Monmouth County, New Jersey. Neptune, New Jersey. Stand up. Anyway, I digress. When I started, what was I saying? I'm just kidding. When I started, there was a Mary Kay representative, and her thing was, well, so who's your best client? Oh, my best client is anybody with skin. And it was like, okay. So, and she didn't do all that well. So surprisingly, she didn't do all that well until she tweaked her message, because her message was it was just all wrong. And I think that's where Missy is going. What? All right. I don't want to. Okay, cool. So interestingly, in our third segment, so we have these are the questions we have prepared. Kind of has something to do with this one. All right, good. Big Steve. Good job, Steve. Yeah, give it up for Steve to Steve for setting this up right. Good job. So Missy is not unlike a lot of business owners. They hit the ground running. They're ready to go, but they don't really. They just don't really. They're marketing to everyone because they think that's the right thing to do, and unfortunately, what ends up happening is you end up marketing to no one, right? Instead of marketing, you think you're marketing to everyone, but your message gets so lost It gets lost in the mix. It gets lost in the noise that's out there. Now, mind you, this was 1997 when I met this lady. I mean, we were still like dialing up internet and whatnot. We were still, you know, I had a case of AOL CDs that I used to just keep handy so I could get free internet for 30 days. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I know you guys did that. But so it's not like it is today, where at the press of a button, you know, you type in something and you push a button, and now every something from all over, not the country, but all over the world pops up, and you have to now sift through all of that and make something of it. So my advice to Missy would be this: what am I doing wrong? I would start where you are. So we don't know what Missy does because we don't have that information. It's kind of a stretch. We don't know how long Missy's been in business. So we're basing this on a lot of assumptions, right? But let's just assume Missy's just starting out. Missy is probably selling something, well, some kind of product, some kind of service. And that's where she's having her hard time. So hopefully, Missy, you'll take that advice and stick around because I'm gonna enjoy the next segment, because this really ties into what Missy. We're gonna come back to Missy, I think, because segment 3 is going to relate to segment 2. So that is awesome. That is awesome. So again, put your questions, put all your good questions in the chat. You know, if you like what you hear, definitely let me know in the chat. If you're watching, if you're driving and you're listening to the radio, don't stop and call or anything like that. Just don't worry about it. Just transmit it. I can feel the vibration, definitely. Before I forget, I should say, and I should give a big shout out to the folks at NutriChamps. So our sponsor, NutriChamps, is the sponsor of this episode, this final episode of No Nonsense Market Domination. So thank you to them. You can go to NutriChamps, NutriChamps.com, and if you use the code TheSavage1, TheSavage, the number 1, you can get discounts on all your vitamins and all your supplements that you use. Why am I saying that? So I get my Savage nutrition from NutriChamps, from the guys at NutriChamps, and they're great for me. They give me the energy I need. They give me everything I need to keep going. They give everything I need to work, you know, my 4-hour days and just really push through. So when we come back from the break, we're going to get into segment 3, right? Yep. Good timing there, Steve. So let that breathe a little bit as we fade out. No Nonsense Market Domination. David Wilson, the Business Savage. We'll see you on the other side. Savvee. All right. Good set. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for jumping on. All right. We have got, this is great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming in. Mr. Suba, I see you. Mr. Crocker, I see you. Susan, I see you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you jumping on. Yeah, let's listen to this. Make sure our timing is good.
Media and station director at IBGR. If you listen to any of our broadcasts,
okay,
you know we consider all entrepreneurs part of one family.
So again, make sure you are putting your comments in the chat. Do I have Nope, I don't. Okay. All right. So Insta, what's going on? Let's see some hearts. Let's see some something. And just put something up to let me know that you ain't just sit your phone down across across the room and just hit me with some hearts or something like that, or something, or nothing. But that's cool. I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're tuned in. Appreciate it. All right. We have about a minute. Minute to live. Segment 3. SNY, you ready?
We help small and mid-sized businesses get funding, both secured and unsecured, when traditional means are not available. Go to our website, www.fundyouup.com. That's www. F as in Frank, U, N as in Nancy, D as in David, P as in Paul.com. Go to the upper right corner and click on the box that says Get Pre-Qualified Now and see how much we can get for you to make your business the best.
All right. 30 seconds alive. Yes, sir. Here we go. Segment 3. Yes. All right. Welcome back. No Nonsense Market Domination. I am David Wilson, the Business Savage. Welcome to IBGR.Network, Profit Radio. No matter what stage of business you are in, from pre-startup to startup, from growth to hockey stick growth, which is really big growth, to nice and steady. We're running this business. We're steering it. We're driving it to, you know what? I think I want to sell this business and buy a yacht and sail around the world for the rest of my life. We can help you with that. So, IBGR.Network, Profit Radio. Come grow with us. See that? That was that pause again. That pause is important. That pause is important for emphasis. But in the next segment, I'll do the other emphasis one. The other emphasis in the parenthesis. All right, it's too much fun. It's too much fun, guys. Again, this episode is brought to you by NutriChamps. NutriChamps is where I get all of my Savvee nutrition and my Savage nutrition. Supplements, vitamins, keep you strong, keep you fast, keep you awake, keep you alert, keep you clean. Everything these guys have is what keeps me going, and keeps me going as an entrepreneur, as an internationally broadcast radio show host. That's right, on IBGR. Illustrious radio show host at that, right? Or something like that. Right? But if you go to NutriChamps.com and use my code TheSavage1, TheSavage, the number 1, the Savage 1, and you can get free stuff, you can get discounts, and you can be a savage like David Wilson, Business Savage. Okay, awesome. Let's get into the third segment. Welcome to the last episode of season 4, Network Like a Savage. Ambrosia style, Ambrosia edition. It's a thing. All right, let's see. This question is going to help Missy, I think. Missy from the second segment. Pete. It's Pete. Pete writes, I don't want to be a specialist because I'm afraid I will be leaving money on the table by turning business away. Is this the right strategy? I don't want to be a specialist because I'm afraid I will be leaving money on the table by turning business away. Is this the right strategy? No. Next question. No, just kidding. No, it's not the right strategy. Unless you are like Walmart or even Amazon. Unless you're one of those types of companies, that in my opinion is not a good strategy. Unless you have the dollars to put behind, and I think really it's just about it's about money. It's about resources to put behind a campaign to get in front of all of those people. I think that is a again, I don't want to say it's a losing strategy. So the hard no I gave was just kind of this. That's just like Hollywood. That's just for the show. It's like this is reality TV, and there's a lot of stuff we do that's just for the ratings, right? So he said, no, oh my gosh, he's so mean. Wow, tune in next week. Oh, and it's like that. So, but really, the answer is, I probably wouldn't start there. I would want to be a specialist. And what's a specialist? A specialist is someone, and this is you'll probably laugh at this. A specialist is someone who's not a generalist. Now now you notice nobody laughed because I'm not joking. So a specialist is somebody who's not a generalist. It's that simple. So if you're trying to be all things to all people, you're a generalist. If you're not, and you realize where your niches lie, you might have one niche, you might have a few niches. If you realize all of those things, then you're in good shape. You are well on your way to being a specialist. Let me throw this out at you. So one of the let me matter of fact, it's story time. Okay. Way back when I was in going through high school and college, I worked my way through at good old Jersey Shore Medical Center. So shout out to Jersey Shore Medical Center, which has now been swallowed up by so many medical centers, and now it's just like medical center of the world. At this point, I don't even know what the name of it is. And so working in the emergency room, I used to register patients. And I got me a lot of exposure. Believe it or not, that got me a lot of exposure. What? No, Steve. No. I'm not saying that. You want me to get kicked off? You want me to get kicked off the air? No, it got me a lot of exposure to doctors, right? Doctors. So doctors of all kinds. So you had the ER docs. The ER docs were the ones where you come in with a broken ankle, or you come in with an otitis media. See, that's deep. You're gonna have to Google that. Google it. Really. See, that's fancy ER talk for an earache. Come on. Or periorbital ecchymosis. See, I still remember. That's a black eye. That's what I'm going to give you if you don't watch. I'm kidding. Don't say that. Okay. Periorbital ecchymosis. Shout out to Dr. Sweeney. Real guy. Yeah, that's a real guy. So you had your ER docs, but then you had, I'll use these real people. So Dr. Sweeney was he became a friend of mine. I don't know if he's still around. Dr. Sweeney was an ER doc. So he was good at handling everything. Then there was this cat called Dr. Dodsey, Charles Dodsey. Charles Dodsey was this Nigerian doctor with this silver curly hair, and he was never stressed out about anything. and he had like the most stressful job you would think. Now follow me on this. This is important. Dr. Sweeney and many of the ER doctors, I would always watch them, and you know, they were very, sometimes the ER would get busy and it was just a lot of yelling and screaming and a lot of emotions and a lot of, I need this chart. But I never saw that from Dr. Dodsey. Now, you don't know who Dr. Dodsey is yet. Dr. Dodsey was this may have been in like, at least in the county. This guy was the child trauma surgery specialist. So whenever there was something that involved a child, and it had to be, I think it was a child trauma, a child head trauma, in came Dr. Dodsey. Dr. Dodsey. So I remember scenes where helicopters were landing at the helipad, and here comes an ER doc. ER docs running all over the place. And this cat, Dr. Dodsey, he'd be walking down the hallway with like theme music. Dude. I'm telling you, theme music. Just getting the brief, and he would say to me, David, do we have information on the patient? And I was a registrar, and I'd be like, Dr. Dodsey, we got it. Here you go. Thank you, sir. And then he'd go in and he would do his thing, and then he'd leave. And so Dr. Dodsey's job was pretty much to oversee and make sure this kid, nothing jumped out, nothing was really strange about the child's brain, the child's injury, what have you. While the ER docs are scrambling, trying to, fix broken arms and deal with unruly people. Here's my point. Now, so back to Pete's question, back to Missy's question. About doing business anywhere with anyone, or should you be a specialist? Well, Dr. Dodsey was a specialist. Dr. Dodsey showed up every so often. You knew when Dr. Dodsey was in the building because there was a buzz, and it was important that for him to be in the building. He did much less work than the generalists, and he got paid 10 times more than the generalists. So he works less, gets paid more, probably is recognized more, if that's a thing, if you care about that. Less stress, wasn't always hustling and running. So, Pete, you tell me, you do want to be a specialist, don't you? Yes. So I'll take Dr. Dodsey any day over Dr. Sweeney. I like Dr. Sweeney, but completely different lifestyle. All right. So awesome. That brought back some memories. That was fun. When we come back from the break, the big announcement, and we'll just leave it at that. David Wilson, Business Savage. Let's see you on the other side. Alrighty. All right, that's flowing real nice, guys. I appreciate you jumping on, having a good time, and that's it. We are having fun. We'll wrap up the last and final segment in 2 minutes. So it's been a pleasure, guys, to be here with you on IBGR. It's been a pleasure being with you on No Nonsense Market Domination for these 4 seasons. Well, for 3 seasons. I don't know how many seasons it's been, really. It's crazy. But it's been fun. It's been fun. I look forward to giving you the big announcement and we'll see how it goes. I should get my hat. I got this awesome outdoor hat.
Never face that again. Go to
But I probably shouldn't wear it in the house. So I'm not gonna wear it in the house. Don't worry. All right.
Watch my free video and get started today. Is your
Let's
CRM
see.
making your business grow?
1 minute to live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's the last time.
For now, salespeople don't use their CRM the way they should. Why not? Well, it takes them too much time and discipline to fill out their CRM completely. And if salespeople don't, the CRM system becomes useless. That's why when we started Salesforce, we asked ourselves, what if we build a CRM system that fills out itself?
Oh no, I guess one minute to live. 1 minute to live.
Services existing data so that you know and remember all about your customers and never forget and disappoint another. That's what Salesforce does today. It pulls in all the data buried in your emails, email signatures, calendars, phones, social data, company
Thank you, everyone.
email and web tracking, and offers it to you in an easy way so you and your CRM are
Here
always
we go.
up to date.
Here we go.
Want to see this for yourself? Head to salesforce.com and get
Bar
your
is
free trial.
closing. Last call, baby. All right, David Wilson, Business Savage. Welcome back. It's No Nonsense Market Domination here on IBGR.Network, Profit Radio. By entrepreneurs, for entrepreneurs, no matter what stage of business you are in, from pre-startup to growth, to hockey stick growth, to nice and easy, nice and steady. This business is running really great. To, I want to retire and start a preschool. It happens. That's a thing. It happens. You're in the right place. We can help you. IBGR.Network. Come grow with us. Come grow with us. Emphasis. There you go. Emphasis. The doublet. You got to do the doublet. The doublet is a surefire way to emphasize something. Surefire way to emphasize something. Today, like that. All right, this is our last segment. This is the final episode of season 4, and I just want to thank all of you for being with us for as long as you have. So thank you so much. Do appreciate that. And as I said, I'm a little heavy-hearted because this is the last episode. So it's the last episode, and man, I said I wasn't. Sorry. So wow. It's just been so much fun. It's just been so much fun, and Steve and I, we did the best we could. And we hope you had a good ride. And it's been a pleasure serving you here on IBGR. I want to thank Bill and Donna and all of the on-air talent for giving just a kid from Neptune, New Jersey, an opportunity to have a voice on an international radio show. So thank you. So now for the big announcement before we go. The big announcement is, oh God, so I'm sorry, I just need a minute. because I didn't think this was going to happen. No Nonsense Market Domination will be back for season 5. Yes, that's the big announcement. April Fools, everybody. April Fools. See, we can do that because we're international. It's April 1st somewhere. I think like somewhere. Madagascar, I think it's April 1st. All right. Yes. Got him. Got him. That's the big announcement. That's the first one. So we will be back for season 5, No Nonsense Market Domination. Indeed is going to be fun. And the theme, the future of business savagery. The future of business savagery. What is that even about? The future of business savagery. We are going to talk about the things that make entrepreneurs, the things that make business owners the savages that we are, right? So we're going to talk about, it's going to be a show about products and services. It's going to be about trends. It's going to be about tips that make business owners the best they can be, right? We're going to talk about technology, technology hacks, technology products, technology services that make you more productive. We're going to talk about productivity. We're going to talk about the different facets of being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, and what we need to do to be the best we can be, right? So there's going to be some health and fitness shows sprinkled in there. So I'm going to share with you some of my experiences. They're still going to be telling you some stories, still going to be laughing, still going to be learning, right? Sprinkled in with some of the best products, some of the best services out there to make you the best you can be. We're going to talk about them. We're going to feature them, give you an opportunity to use them yourselves. Use them yourselves so that you can be as good as you can be in the future. So the business savage of the future of business savagery is going to be season 5. So we are excited about that. I have to tell you, the negotiation, I didn't mention this. I couldn't talk about it because it's not something you do during the season, right? You don't talk about contract negotiations during the season. I didn't want to be a distraction, right? I didn't want to be a distraction to the other folks on the network. So I decided, when we were working behind the scenes on this, we were working for much of the season and a lot of late nights, and it got tense sometimes. It got tense, and a lot of yelling back and forth and whatnot. But we finally came to a consensus. We came to an agreement, and we are here for season 5. Strangely, and here's the big second announcement, and nobody knows about this, but Donna, Bill, and me. One of the deal, there was a deal breaker, and I had to negotiate this into the contract. And I said, listen, I'm not coming back at all. So that'll be that. Unless this happens. And they listened. And I said, here's the second big announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, not only will David Wilson, the Business Savage, be returning for season 5, but because of my persistence and insistence, as much as we get on each other's nerves, as much as we are at each other's throats, also returning for season 5 is my in-studio engineer, Steve. Nah mean, you feel me. Steve, congratulations, my friend. I know we get at each other. We're kind of, this is a hard job. This is a hard job. And quite honestly, I couldn't do this without you. So ladies and gentlemen, Steve, nah mean, you feel me, will also be returning for season 5. So I can't be more excited about this. Now, don't let that go to your head though, Steve. So you still have to produce, and I don't mean produce like write the questions down. You have to produce results. Okay, push up. Hey, Steve, push-ups don't do themselves. Okay, that'll work. There's no room for stragglers on this Savvy train, baby. Okay, so season 5, like I said, we're going to be talking about products. We're going to be talking about services. We're going to tell you why they work, tell you how they work, tell you where to get them, how to use them, and how to bring business savagery to your business, to your life as an entrepreneur. So this is very, very, very exciting. We got some products lined up for the first couple of shows, and we start when do we start? Next week. Okay, yeah, we start next week. So we roll right into season 5. What you can expect, you can expect to hear about stuff maybe you didn't even know was a thing. Like this gadget that saves you 30 minutes a day and makes you 5 times more productive. This software that it combines 6 other softwares and makes you 150 times more productive. These are the things that you're going to get from No Nonsense Market Domination, because it doesn't matter what the title of the season is. At the end of the day, all we're trying to do, we're trying to be entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs, and we are trying to give you what you need to dominate your market, and that's it. So no nonsense market domination. I'm going to give it to you straight. But it's funny. That's a good point. So it's no nonsense market domination, but we got laugh tracks all throughout. Isn't that nonsense? No, it's not nonsense. No nonsense means I just give it to you. I give it to you straight. And we're not changing the name. It's because it's season 5, so it's too late. It's too late. I look forward to you guys being with us in season 5. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for your support of David Wilson, the Business Savage. Thank you for your support of IBGR. We are now broadcast all over the world. We've been broadcast all over the world, right? But we are now in 83% of the countries in the world, which is amazing. It's amazing. It is an absolute pleasure to work with my colleagues here at IBGR. So many great minds, so many great attitudes, great place to bounce ideas off of, and it's just this constant group of gears always turning and moving, and it's been a phenomenal ride. I'm glad that you all could be here with me, with us. Season 4 is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I am David Wilson, Business Savage, and we will see you in season 5. Yes? Thank you. You're marvelous day. Thank you so much. All right, that's a wrap, guys. Thank you. That was suspense, huh? Oh, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. If you go, I'm going with you. All right, guys, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to be heading out. Thanks for joining. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Periscope, Twitter. Thank you, Twitch. Appreciate that. And thank you, Insta. Thank you, Insta, for being there. Thank you, everyone. And tune in. Next week, we jump right in, season 5. Thank you very much. Insta, thank you. We're gonna go out on Instagram. Thank you, Instagram. And for the rest of the world, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Have a marvelous day. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time, season 5. The future of business savagery. No nonsense market domination. I am David Wilson, the Business Savage. We'll see you next time. Season 5.